Okay, so this is New York Times Sudoku Hard for October 17th, 2024. This is my walkthrough, and you can play this Sudoku from the link in the description. Okay, let's get going. First thing first, let me play some singles. There's one in box 1. It will be 9 in this cell because this 9 blocks here, this 9 blocks here. And I can place 6 in box 2. It will be here because this 6 blocks here, this 6 blocks here. And before uh, putting in other singles, I want to place double in box 2. uh, Looking at box 2 and the row 3, 6 is in both of them, but 8 and 9 are only in row 3. That means 8 and 9 here on the same row. That means I cannot place 8 or 9 in these 3 cells, and there are only 2 other empty cells in box 2, so I have to put 8 and 9 in here in some way. And that tells me 3 numbers I can use for these 3 cells. That would be 1, 2, and 4. And 4 and 4 here blocks these 2 cells, gives me 4 here. Now I have 1 2 double here. With the help of that, I can place 2 in box 3. Because of this double, 2 cannot be placed here. This 2 blocks here. Here's another 2 which blocks these. So 2 will be here. Now I can place 6 in box 9. This 6 blocks here. This 6 blocks this one. This 6 blocks here. Gives me 6 here. And that gives me 6 in box 8. Because this 6 blocks here. This 6 blocks here. This 6 blocks here. That gives me 6 here. I can also place 7 in box 8 because this 7 blocks here, this 7 blocks here, gives me 7 here. And now that I placed this 7 here, let me look at this column. The numbers that's missing from this column is 1 2 6 9. 1 2 6 9. Well, I already established this is 1 or 2, and this cell is blocked by 6 and 9, so that gives me 1 or 2 for this cell, which forms 1 2 double with this cell, and that means I cannot use 1 or 2 in these 2 cells. These 2 cells can only be 6 or 9, and now this 1 means these 4 cells cannot be 1, leaving these 2 cells for 1 in box 5. That means these 2 cells cannot be 1 in box 4, and this 1 blocks here, and this 1 and this 1 blocks here, so that gives me 1 here. And now I can place 6 in box 4 because this 6 blocks here, this 6 blocks here, this 6 blocks here. That places 6 in here, which gives me 9 and 6. And okay, and I can place 9 in box 6 because this 9 blocks here, this 9 blocks here, this 9 blocks here. That gives me 9 here. 3, 4, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. No, I don't think that's what I'm looking for. Right. 3, 4, 8. Okay, so this 9 blocks here, this 9 blocks here, and here's 8, 9 double, so this cannot be 9. That gives me 9 here. And now this row is missing 4, 5, and 8. Yeah, and this cell is blocked by 5 and 8. So that gives me 4 here. Okay. That gives me 1, 3, 4, 7. No, 1, 3, 7, 8. 8. No. Now 5 blocks here, 5 blocks here, so 5 comes in here. That means this 7 blocking here means 7 will be here or here, which in turn blocks this cell from being 7. This 7 blocks here, this 7 blocks here. So that gives me 7 here. 3, 4, 5, 8, 8, 5, 5. Yeah. Okay, so I'm not sure. I'm still not sure if this is the easiest way to go to. But let's look at row 5. So it only has 1, 6, 9. And in box 5, there are 4, 5, and 7, which have not been placed on row 5. So these two cells cannot be 4, 5, or 7. And this cell, this cell, this cell is also covered by 4, 5, 7. So there are only 3 cells left for 4, 5, 7 on row 5. And that means I will somehow have to fit 4, 5, 7 in these 3 cells. Well, this 7 blocks here, so this can only be 4 or 5. So what it does is, how do I say this? Well, what I'm looking at, what I'm trying to do is to place 2 in box 4. Well, this can only be 4, 5, or 7. That means these cells cannot be 2. And this 2 blocks here. So these 4 cells cannot be 2. And here's another 2 which blocks this cell. So that gives me the location of 2 in box 4, which is this cell, because all other cells are covered by blocked by some reasons. Oh my gosh, sorry. And here is 2, which has made this cell 1, and now this is 2, which made this cell 1. Right, and these are 3 and 7. Yeah, now this one is placed, and these cannot be 1. This one blocks here, gives me 1 here, 1 and 1. Block these cells, gives me 1 here, which blocks this cell and gives me 1 here. And these two will be 3 and 7. That's what's missing from this box. That means 8 has to come here. And now 8 blocks here. This 8 blocks here, gives me 8 here. And these two will be 3 and 4. And these are 3, 4, 8. 3, 5, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so these are 4, 5, 7 triple. That gives me two numbers for these two cells, which will be 2 and 3. And yeah, of course 8 blocks here, so this is becomes 8, gives me 9. This is 8. 9 now blocks this cell. 9 and 9 blocks these two, gives me 9 here. And actually these are 2, 3 double, and 2 here makes this cell 3. This is 2, this is 3. These two are 2 and 5, and 5 has made this cell 2, gives me 5. 2, 3, 8. This row is missing 2, 3, 8. 2, 2 blocks these two cells, gives me 2 here, and 3, 8 double here makes these 3 cells 4, 5, 7 triple. This cell is blocked by 5 and 7, so this is 4, and that makes this cell 3, which blocks these two cells, gives me 3 here. 3 and 3 block these cells, gives me 3 here. That gives me 8 and 3. The last number of this box or this column is 4, and the last number of this row is 5, makes this cell 4. So these two cells are left with 4 and 8. 8 here makes this cell 4. 8, 5, 8, 7, 5, 7, 5. The last number here on this column is 3. So this is 7, this is 3. Now this is 7, and this is 4. Okay, yeah, I apologize for not being very tidy, but here it is. I hope it was helpful. And yes, thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.